So I was addicted to alcohol for about 10 years, and I've been sober now for about 5 years after I used the Sinclair Method treatment protocol. But I think one of the main things that I learned through kind of cutting back my drinking and ultimately going sober was how much my excessive alcohol consumption was actually completely preventing me from feeling genuine joy in life. And I say that because I was someone who was a daily heavy drinker, would often drink 1, 2, 3 bottles of wine in a day. I always had whiskey stashed away, or I'd have beer. Really, if it had alcohol in it, I was down to drink it. But basically, what I was doing for about 10 years is just numbing myself out every single day. And what I realized while I was cutting back on my drinking, because I didn't go abstinent right away through the Sinclair Method, this treatment helps people reduce their drinking first. And then if they want to go alcohol free at the end, they can, which I did 5 years ago. But what I realized, even as I was just reducing my drinking, was that I was actually starting to feel genuine joy for the first time in a really long time. And joy at things that are really simple, like seeing a beautiful flower or watching my nephew open up his birthday gift. You know, just back to like the flower example. So this is kind of shameful to admit, but I would oftentimes make a cocktail, and after work I would go like hiking in nature with this cocktail, and I would get super buzzed. And I often use the same hiking trail. And what happened for me as I was drinking less is I started to do these hikes without drinking. Go figure. But what I noticed is that I walked past this beautiful flower one day, and I'd walked past it 1,000 times before. But again, I was so focused on the buzz from alcohol that I never really noticed it. And I just remember walking past this flower, and I was like in awe of how beautiful it was and how good it smelled, and just really in a moment of appreciating nature and really feeling just joy for the sake of being alive and appreciating nature for the first time in a long time, because again, I'd been so desensitized and just numbed out for so long. And same with like seeing my nephew open up his birthday gifts. You know, I'd go to my nieces and nephews' birthday parties, but alcohol was always front and center. I was just so concentrated on getting my buzz and getting my next drink that sure, I'd watch him open up his gift, but I wouldn't really be engaged or really care about it, because alcohol always took priority over everything else. And so there's a million and one other examples I could give in this with this scenario, but a quote that comes to mind is actually by Brené Brown that really hit home for me as I was going through this process of becoming de-addicted to alcohol. She says that we cannot selectively numb emotions, because when we numb the negative emotions, we're also numbing the positive ones as well. And that might not be the exact quote, but it's something like that. And I really began to realize that because I was drinking so much and drinking excessively and drinking to numb out all of the time, daily, for about 10 years, not only was I numbing the negative emotions that I felt, but it was also blocking the positive ones as well. So I think that was one of the biggest gifts for me for overcoming alcohol addiction, was really starting to feel again, and starting to feel difficult things, of course, but also starting to feel the joy of what it means to just be alive and appreciate nature and appreciate family, and not feel like my brain is just constantly focused on getting my next drink of alcohol. So I just wanted to share this today. I'm guessing many of you can relate. Would love to hear from you in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.